You can get your Godzilla figures at Big Bad Toy Store at the link in the description. Pokemon, Kaiju, Dragon Ball, and more. It's Steven's Toy Reviews. Hello there, collectors. It's Steven here. Happy 2020 to you. And what a way to kick off a year of dubs with a
figure fight.
Today we're taking a look at two Spitfires of figures. Spitfire versions of Godzilla 2019. Fans have been clamoring for this one, as if it wasn't gonna happen, so let's get to it. Representing the average collectible with product available at retail, we have the NECA Godzilla 2019 version 2. And over here we have the collectible bundle with a special edition, the SH MonsterArts Godzilla 2019 poster color version. Both figures represent Godzilla on a poster featured for King of the Monsters, the movie, and when he's charging up to fire his beam. One's a retail release, the other is super duper exclusive. There will be a fan poll which will be appearing on the YouTube upload of this video, so don't miss out on that. Alright, let's stop the chit chat and let's get on to the
figure fight. Round 1.
Sculpt and paint. This is something which will be a common theme in the Godzilla 19 figure fights. Yes, there will be a Burning Godzilla one as well. These sections will just be recaps since there are going to be, repaints of figures you already know and hopefully love. They're all pretty good in their own right. Both NECA and Tamashii Nations utilize the CGI files for Godzilla from the movie, with Yuji Sakai in the SH MonsterArts corner, who was brought on to monitor the figure, so this way it could be faithfully created into an action figure. That said, let's look at the finer details here and take close looks. NECA's figure has the sculpt we know and most seem to love, and when it comes to the paint, we have a very interesting design with some blues used on the back of the figure, which transition into slightly different colors here. We have a little bit of whites thrown in as well, which is pretty cool. On the main body, there are patches of blue and blue dry brushing in select areas, such as on the arms and on the chest, to really help bring out the details. Now, in regards to the SH MonsterArts, it's very similar, sans the lightning streaks, but better. We have deep, rich changes of dark blues to glimmering bright blues up to the back all the way to the dorsal plates on this figure with pearlescent paint applications, which not only catches the light well, but the translucent plastic used here also helps to accentuate the overall look of the SH MonsterArts. While both are very, very similar in their overall idea for what they're trying to achieve, the SH MonsterArts has a much more dynamic range to it, and it's not simply going for super nuclear overcharge. It actually looks like it has a bit more of a controlled chaos to it. That being said, both figures aim to do the same, but the SH MonsterArts is more dynamic, and it's getting the point.
Round 2.
Articulation. Not much has changed from the first figure fight since these are repaints, so here's just an overall walkthrough of the articulation engineering between the two of them. I will note that the NECA does feel a bit softer than the normal Godzilla 2019, allowing for a bit more fluidity in the movement of the figure, but it doesn't really increase the range that much. I accidentally pop off the foot here in this footage, but c'est la vie. The SH MonsterArts in turn is the same as the original release, but its plastic is a bit more hard. It's firm, and as such, some may find it a tad difficult at first to move the joints, but once you get it working, you apply a little heat here and there, which isn't an issue at all, then it really starts to move just fine and dandy. So with that being said, the SH MonsterArts with more joints, more range of movement, and The fact that we really don't have any issues with it falling apart, the SH Monster Arts is getting the point.
Round 3.
Accessories. Oh, this is a tough one, but I think the logic here will be sound once you understand everything. The NECA comes with a beam which is perpetually pointing at the ground because of how the head is posed and the articulation, and that beam does fit in the mouth, so there's no requirement for a stand. And it also comes with a splash effect part, which doesn't connect to the beam entirely. It has to rest against whatever the target may be, whether it's going to be the building or another kaiju, whatever it might be. The SH Monster Arts comes with a beam and a replacement lower jaw part, so you can use the beam without a stand, though there is a hole in the beam for a stand. If you've been collecting SH Monster Arts since about 2015 or so, there's a good chance you may have 3 of this beam at this point, with the original Spitfire release of Godzilla 2014, the original 2019 release, and now this atomic version of Godzilla again. Now, with the firmer plastic for the SH Monster Arts, it can actually hold the beam in a firing pose with relative ease, makes blasting kaiju seem such a breeze. That said, easy to say that they're fairly matched. The NECA has a splash and explosion effect part, whatever, but the SH Monster Arts has a bit more posability, so I don't know what's gonna win there. Maybe things will switch up once we take into consideration the SH Monster Arts comes with a backdrop to recreate the poster. Yep, one more accessory. The SH Monster Arts is gonna get the point.
Round 4.
Price. All right, for this one, we all know that NECA wins at absolute max. Theirs is gonna be $25 in MSRP. But this is where some figure fights in the future are gonna be a little difficult. What is the MSRP on the SH Monster Arts? Is it full price of the whole set, which comes out to an estimation of about $165 or so? Well, it can't be because, you're factoring in more than just the figure. So do we just assume that it's going to be about $80 or so because that's about what the Burning Godzilla 2019 is going to cost? But if you want to get this brand new from the manufacturer or the retailer who's going to be getting it from the manufacturer, if you want to be technical, you're going to have to buy everything, so you're going to have to pay that full price. Gonna have to figure out this argument moving forward for some other figure fights looking at you, Ninja Turtles. Yeah. But anyway, for this round, regardless of what you say the Monster Arts would cost, the NECA wins.
Round 5.
Scale. It's a tie. They're effectively the same size and fit in well with any 6-inch or so kaiju display. There's nothing else really to say here except just have a couple of extra seconds of hang time here so the pictures are nice and adequately displayed. So it's a tie.
Final bell.
That's it. That's the fight. The NECA takes home a point for price, but the rest, it basically goes to the SH Monster Arts. But for this figure fight, does it really matter? Again, figure fights are just for fun to look at which figure may do something better than the other and not exactly indicate which may be the better figure per se. This is a tale of the tape series. It's what looks best on paper. But the SH Monster Arts in this case, extremely limited, and many fans didn't bother to order this when the window was open. And now for many, it would be impossible to get for what would look like a reasonable price. While the NECA, it's available right now for purchase. I mean, there's really no limit on it at all. Those who want the SH Monster Arts probably either already have it or know how to get it and are planning on getting it relatively soon. So if you're not in either camp, well, by default, the NECA it is, and to be honest, it's a fantastic figure as is. So here, you're either going to get the winner of the figure fight, or you're going to get, well, what is effectively going to be your only real choice on the market. Well, there it is. All right, the fight's over. What do you think? How are the refs' calls? Anything you want to question on that one? Comment down below. You just might get a heart. And thanks to the patrons for the month of January 2020. You are fantastic in getting this year off on a nice, healthy start to make sure that the channel does get through this Copa thing. All right, and if you're interested in being on this list, head on over to my Patreon right now. And of course, the end card where you can click on some stuff if you are on YouTube, or plug in the short URLs to get you where you might need to go, like my Teespring or the social media accounts. Again, thank you so much, and we'll catch ya in the next figure fight.